Welcome to spoiler season for
Savior of Chaos.
For this set, I've decided that I'm going to give you my initial reactions to the cards as they are being revealed. And don't worry, you will still get your star reviews. So, let's get right into it, starting with Dustorm Drought Dragon. 8 cost, 5 reduction Star Dragon. If you have 3 or less life, you may treat all of this card's reduction symbols as being fulfilled when summoning this card from your hand. It has Awaken, and when summoned, select one of your opponent's spirits with 5k or less and destroy it. I didn't really think too much of this card when I first read it, but then I thought about it, and this is just generic removal for any deck. As long as you're at 3 or less life, this essentially is a 4 cost removal spell for anything 5k or less. For comparison, Volcanic Break is a 5 cost magic that hits up to 6k if you spend the Soul Core. Whereas this, if you're at 3 or less life, it costs 4 that destroys a spirit and grants you a body. A part of me wishes that it did hit 6k spirits, because that's just a little bit cleaner, because that also hits like a fully leveled up Dual Eagle and also level 2 Genbu. But 5k is still pretty good. That's essentially hitting most low-cost yellow spirits, as well as every low-cost purple spirit. So I actually like this card a lot. I hope this is part of a cycle of spirits, because if so, I'm very excited what else they'll do with this 3 or less life mechanic. Draco Feasant is a 2 cost 1 reduction ancient dragon. At level 2 during your attack step, when this spirit blocks effects on your opponent's spirits, blocking your ancient dragon's spirits are not triggered. I think what really holds this card back from being good is the fact that it's a 2 cost, and we have Floodstream in the game currently, which makes playing 2 cost spirits really awkward, especially in red when it already likes to play spirits like Bearded Eagle and even Hippocampo. To me, this just sounds a little too situational, but I don't know. I'll have to give it some more thought. But here's the card that I'm probably the most excited about in red. Grey Servant of Siegwurm. 6 cost 3 reduction ancient dragon. When summoned, if you spend a soul core as part of this spirit's summoning cost, the next red spirit with Ascend you summon this turn will have a cost equal to your life. And then at level 3, when it attacks, you can select one of your opponent's nexuses at level 1 and destroy it. In short, this is Big Bane Energy on a Siegwurm body, which is amazing for Nova. Big Bane Energy was already a card that Siegwurm Nova decks really wanted to play, but it was really awkward to try to find space for it. These days, Siegwurm decks have cut it entirely, or maybe played it as a one-of. I'm excited to see what the Siegwurm era card looks like, because this card is pretty spicy. Gatecrusher is basically a worse version of Dilophosa. It's a 3 cost 2 reduction Terrasword that cannot block, just like Dilophosa. But at level 3, it gets Confront. And this Confront is in exchange for some stats. So at level 2, it's at 6k, level 3, it's at 7k. Whereas Dilophosa at level 2 for 3 cores is at 8k. This seems like a really weak card, especially for a rare. Dilophosa was already a very cuttable card in red decks, so I can't really see this card seeing much play, unless we get a good Terrasword X-Rare Spirit, which we'll have to wait and see for. But even then, I don't know if this card would make the cut. The new exciting mechanic in Set 4 Savior of Chaos is double symbol spirits. And for our first look at a very basic double symbol spirit, we have Dino Carrier Apato. 6 cost 3 reduction Pterosaur, with Ascend of cost 4 or more. So before now, we've seen like pseudo double symbol spirits, primarily with Nebula Dragon. However, that had to be at level 2, it needed the Soul Core, and it was only a double symbol while attacking specifically. This is just straight up a double symbol spirit. And I do expect all of the double symbol spirits to have Ascend. For now, I'm not super impressed with the vanilla double symbol spirit, but it's kind of hard to judge without actually having played with it, because double symbols is actually very convenient for reductions. But at the same time, you also need to sacrifice a spirit, but on the other hand, it's a bigger body, and it avoids cards like Floodstream, so again, it's kind of hard to judge at the moment. I'm still excited to see what these double symbol spirits will do. Tune in next week as we continue to look at these cards as they are released. If you liked this, hit that like button and subscribe for more Battle Spirit Saga content. Until next time, laters.